Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. In today's video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for April 18th, 2025. I will leave direct Amazon links to the titles in this video when they are live on the channel's community page. We talked about this one in last week's video with the 4K Steelbook of the Crazies, while we now have the official artwork for the Lionsgate Limited exclusive steel of Kick-Ass, and this will be releasing on May 13th. Check out last week's video for the official information about the Crazy Steelbook. Another previously only available Columbia Classics title is getting individual release, as Oliver has been scheduled for release on May 20th, and it doesn't look like this is getting upgraded to Dolby Vision, so HDR only, but the Dolby Atmos track will carry over. Now I'm going to talk about this one a little bit more in the international section, but this one is purely speculation, as I don't have concrete information if we are getting the same steelbook for 28 days later, and the release date I have featured here is based purely off the UK release date, which is 1 day later. So when the official announcement does come down from Sony in the next week or so, I will update that information if needed. But as you see here, we do have steelbook artwork, and it looks like we also have actual confirmation that this will indeed support a new Dolby Atmos mix. As I talked about last week, it'll be very interesting to see how the transfer benefits considering the source, but I think HDR and Dolby Vision will add something, but we'll have to wait and see. Kino Lorber announced this week their official artwork for their June 24th release of Mouse Hunt. Criterion this week announced their July lineup, and I have to say, while I do appreciate what they did unveil, I think I expected just a little bit more, considering July is also the Barnes & Noble 50% off sale. There's still some really good stuff here, but I think I was expecting something like Flow, which was announced internationally previously. So I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe they're holding that for the end of the year. Anyway, to begin things with Criterion's announcements this month, Fritz Lang's The Big Heat is coming to 4K, and this will support HDR and Dolby Vision, and this is coming out on July 1st. Season 1 of Fallout is getting a 4K release, which we also talked about several months back. And it looks like we're getting two different versions, a steelbook and a standard release. And the scheduled release is July 8th, and it looks like pre-orders are starting to go live now. In last week's video, I announced Clueless coming to 4K on July 8th. Well, since then, Amazon has popped in with an exclusive steelbook edition, also coming out on July 8th. Both pre-orders for these are now live at various retailers, and of course, Amazon exclusively for the steelbook. Arguably, the biggest announcement of Criterion's July release slate is going to be Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon finally getting a 4K release. This will be coming out on July 8th. HDR and Dolby Vision will be supported. July 15th, Criterion has The Adventures of Antoine Doinel coming to 4K, and the films included with this set will be The 400 Blows, Stolen Kisses, Bed and Board, and Love on the Run. In addition, the short Antoine and Colette will also be included with this collection, and each film will support HDR and Dolby Vision. The set is releasing on July 15th. Criterion has a July 22nd release for You Can Count on Me starring Mark Ruffalo, and last but not least of Criterion's announcements is Carnal Knowledge coming out on the 22nd. And I was a little surprised to see this 4K announced this past week. July 22nd, Small Soldiers is coming out as a 4K steelbook, not exclusive to any retailer. Now, we don't have the official tech specs yet, but considering this is a Paramount release, HDR and Dolby Vision is a given, so we might also see an audio upgrade. We'll have to see in the next couple days. Kino Lorber announced this past week that a 4K edition of Uncommon Valor is in the works. No release date yet, but this could easily be the end of the year or early 2026. Now in theaters, but up for pre-order now, is the 4K edition of Drop. No release date yet, but I expect this one in the next several months. And also in theaters, Sinners is coming to 4K as both a standard release and a steelbook. We have the official artwork for the steelbook release, not exclusive to any retailer, but no official artwork on the slipcover. Both of these are now currently up for pre-order at various online retailers. It's time to go over this week's international announcements and pre-orders, and as a reminder, most 4K discs are region-free. The UK is getting a 4K steelbook edition of Trap, and this is scheduled for release on May 19th. Also coming out on May 19th, the Captain America 4 movie collection is coming to the UK. In addition to a single release of the new Captain America Brave New World, this will also be included in this collection. Turbine announced that a mediabook and steelbook release of Over the Top starring Sylvester Stallone is coming out May 29th. The film Last Breath starring Woody Harrelson is coming to the UK on June 2nd, and HDR and Dolby Atmos will be included. 1955's The Quartermass Experiment is coming to the 4K format. The UK has this listed for a June 9th release date. In addition to the steelbook of Kingdom of Heaven coming to the UK on June 9th, they will also be getting a standard release. As I mentioned earlier, the steelbook release of 28 Days Later is going to be available in the United Kingdom, and their release date, according to Zavi and other retailers, is June 16th. And we talked about this film's UK release in last week's video, while the German release of Darling is coming out June 19th. Australia has Raging Bull from director Martin Scorsese coming out, and this is getting a June 25th release date. Turbine is also getting several different editions of Maxine on 4K. This will be releasing June 26th, and you can head on over to Turbine for your copy. The UK is getting some DC animated films on June 30th, beginning with Superman, Man of Tomorrow, as well as The Death and Return of Superman. UK online retailers have officially dated the 4K of Flow. This will be coming out on June 30th and is currently out for pre-order. Coming to Australia by way of Umbrella Entertainment, Angel's Egg is coming out on 4K sometime in the next few months. So those were this week's new 4K announcements and pre-orders for the week of April 18th, 2025. Don't forget to use the Amazon affiliate links for the titles you are interested in this video. Head on over to the channel's community page. But now I want to hear from you. What titles that I talk about this week are you planning to pick up for yourself? And finally, a special thank you to all my patrons for your continued support. If you'd like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.